Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXGamerCast. We're on episode 172 of my little gaming show where once a week I just have to talk about video games, whether they're new video games that I'm playing today, old video games that I grew up with, it doesn't matter. Video games. And today we are taking a look at the massive Battlefield 6, mainly a multiplayer review here today, but I will be talking about the package as a whole. But before we get into the Battlefield 6 talk, let us discuss what I've been up to over the last week or so. As I always encourage you, the viewer, the listener, let me know what y'all have been up to. It is December now. As of me recording this is the first day of December. This is crazy. So what'd you get up to in November? What games did you play? And what are your favorite Christmassy games? Is there even a Christmassy game out there? I can't think of anything that's a Christmassy video game, but what are your favorite games to play around Christmas time? And we will be talking about Black Friday just went by. I'll tell you what I picked up this Black Friday, but let me know what you picked up this Black Friday. Did you get any awesome new video games? Did you go crazy? Did you buy a new system? Did you get a PC? What'd you do? Let me know what you picked up this Black Friday, and I'll let you know right now what I picked up. I picked up a couple of video games here. One on the Nintendo Switch. I picked up Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Very excited to finally add this one to my collection. It is a game I have wanted to play for a very long time. I've always wanted, I saw a Let's Play of this game way back in the day. I believe it was Nintendo Capri Sun who did it. Might have been Chugga Conroy. But regardless, I played the original Paper Mario, loved it, and I wanted the sequel. But the sequel, very expensive to acquire a copy of this on the GameCube, so that was a no-go. Finally got re-released on the Switch, and I waited for a sale. I got it for $55, and I am very happy with that purchase right there. So I will be probably going to save Paper Mario for next year. We'll see how that one goes. I'm so close to the end of the year now, I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, something that I can't finish before the end of the year, because I want everything. We're getting close to the X's now, y'all. We're like 3 weeks away from the X's, my award show, where I go through all the, I have tons of awards I give out. It's my favorite show of the year to do. It's a retrospective on the year that was 2025, so we'll be giving out a ton of awards for the best of and all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that one. We'll be doing that at the end of December. And, alright, what's the other game I picked up? The other game I picked up is on the PlayStation 5, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh, buddy, that is going to be a massive game for me when I get to it. I played the first game in the remake, Final Fantasy VII Remake, played that one, absolutely loved it. Kind of rejuvenated my feelings for Final Fantasy, made me fall in love with Final Fantasy VII, which I've always enjoyed. I just didn't love it the way that other people did, and now I do. Now I replayed the original Final Fantasy VII last year. I beat it for the first time, enjoyed it quite a lot, actually, and now here we are. I am ready. I just can't decide what I want to do. Do I want to replay part 1 or just watch a recap? Because it's a long game itself. You know, it's an RPG. It's 40 plus hours long, and I've already beaten it once, and I went through it another half time to try and beat it on hard, so I'm not really compelled to go through that whole entire game again, but I definitely need a recap and need a refresher on what was going on in that first game before I dive into Rebirth. But that's another game I'm thinking I will jump into next year, but we'll see what happens. You know, it's December now, so I have a full month to fit in a big game if I want to, but we'll see where that one goes. I'm not really in any rush to start up either of those games. Actually, Paper Mario I'm really jonesing to get to, but we'll just work our way there. But let me know, what games did you pick up this Black Friday? Any consoles, whatever you picked up, movies, doesn't matter. Let me know what deals you found this Black Friday. And let's discuss what I've been watching and doing this week. So I finally finished off Twisted Metal Season 2. It's done, and it was very good. I would recommend this show now to pretty much anybody. It's just a damn good show. You don't have to be a fan of the Twisted Metal video game. That's not really a thing. You will definitely appreciate it more if you played the video games. Like I said, I've only played one of the games, played Twisted Metal Black a little bit, like years and years and years ago, and yeah, I was more of a Vigilante 8 guy, so I never really played Twisted Metal growing up, but I enjoyed this show quite a lot, and yes, there is a Season 3 coming out. It's going to be a while till we get Season 3, I read not until 2027, so yeah, I got this whole year to not watch Twisted Metal, so that's kind of messed up. I'll definitely be rewatching Twisted Metal. I think my wife would like to watch it, so I'll rewatch it with her once Season 3 comes out. But yes, I absolutely recommend this show. It's on Peacock or Paramount. No, sorry, not Peacock. Paramount Plus, that's where I watched it. And it's delightful, man. It's got action, it's funny, it's got a good concept. This Twisted Metal tournament, Calypso is the fucking man, and he is going to be very prominent in Season 3, so I'm very excited about that he's going to have an even bigger role than he did in Season 2, which is awesome. Like, oh yeah, good characters. Hell yeah, good show. 7.5 out of 10 for Season 2. And if you didn't hear it, Season 1 got a 7 out of 10. So it's getting better. I enjoyed the first season, enjoyed the second season even more, because that was actually dedicated to the Twisted Metal tournament pretty much, and it was awesome. So definitely check it out. There's some really good highlights to that show, especially some of the action scenes. The driving is, oh yeah, baby. So in terms of what else we got Survivor, of course. Always watching Survivor with my wife. That's what we do. We finished off Season 13, one of the better seasons I've seen. Really enjoyed this one. This one had some absolute all-stars on here. You had the final between Ozzy and Yule. Freaking awesome. So sad that I know what happens with Ozzy. He never wins Survivor. He comes back numerous times, but never wins because he is such a challenge threat that he is always eliminated early. And to see how close he got, and arguably maybe should have won this season right here, Yule ends up getting the win. But Yule was awesome as well, man. He played such a great mental game, and Ozzy had such a great physical, dominating season for him. So it was a very, very entertaining season of Survivor. So Season 13, hell yeah. And we started Season 14, of course, diving right into that. It's more Survivor, so not much more to say. Let's talk some video games. So I forgot to talk about this game last week, but I have been playing Ball X Pit, or Ball Times Pit, whatever you want to call it, but it's a fun little indie game. Roguelite, kind of vampire survivor auto shooter type game. Mix in a little bit of town building, and yeah, you got yourself a pretty fun little game right here. This is on Game Pass. Came out just recently, not too long ago, maybe a month ago or so. And this one's been recommended me from a buddy that I have at work, who is my Game Pass guy. Every time, he seems to always play all the games on Game Pass, and he lets me know what to play, what not to play. And this is one that he recommended to me that really caught my attention, because you got town building, you got roguelite elements. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, like this sounds great. Now, I will admit, coming off of Hades, which is, in my good, humble opinion, the best roguelite on the market, it's definitely not up to that standard, but it's very, very charming. You have a range of characters. You start off with one, but you're unlocking more characters, and each one has like a specific type of ball that they throw. Whether it be a fireball, a spiky ball, a ball that passes through enemies, they all have these unique abilities. And then as you're progressing through the levels and you're just bouncing a ball, it's pretty much Brick Breaker. You're just bouncing a ball off of enemies and you're taking them down, and you're unlocking new balls. That then you can combine your balls, and now you got balls flying all over the place. Balls, just so many balls. And after the run, you're collecting money, you're collecting blueprints, you're collecting just resources to build up your town. So every time you finish a run, you go back to your town, you can put down some stuff, put down some buildings, and even there you have to bounce a ball off of the objects to build them and collect resources. So it's a pretty damn fun gameplay loop. I enjoy listening to podcasts while playing this game. Graphically, it's nothing impressive. It's an indie game, but it's got a charming kind of 8-bit, 16-bit art style. The music is the music. I haven't really been listening to the music, admittedly, been listening to podcasts, but the gameplay is there, y'all. Like, it is fun. I enjoy it. I can sit there and play it for I played it for a couple hours, and it is quite delightful. It's a little bit repetitive, but you're unlocking new characters, and some of them have some very unique abilities. Like, some of them shoot the ball from the back of the board. One, you get a dual character, so you got double the balls. You're shooting balls all over the place. And yeah, it's got some pretty fun boss fights that you're doing. It's kind of like a bullet hell thing. So there's a lot of genres getting mixed together here into a roguelite, and it's good, man. If you like roguelites, I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's if you don't have Game Pass, it's dirt cheap. It's like a $20 game. I could see myself spending $20 on a game like this. Like, yeah, it's there's a lot of meat on the bone as well. There's a lot of characters to unlock, a lot of buildings to unlock, and just a lot of combinations to figure out. Like, you're combining balls, you are fusing balls together to create a new ball. Like, it's quite the game. It's quite a cool little game. I'm happy I checked it out. So don't miss out on Ball X Pit. It's a cool little game. Still playing through Outer Worlds 2. It's starting to give me Starfield vibes, which is not a good thing. I did not jive with Starfield very much. I'm jiving with this game, I would think, a bit more than I did Starfield, but I'm having the same issues that I had with Starfield that I'm having with Outer Worlds 2 right now, is that it's making me hella sleepy. The traversal in this game is just not good. I don't like traveling around. Like, there's not really a lot to find. Like, there's not really a lot of engagement going on during these traveling sequences where I'm traveling, 700 meters to this objective, and there's like nothing going on in between that, man. I'm just kind of walking in first person. It feels more like a walking simulator than walking simulators at times, and I'm very bored. There's nothing going on. There's not a lot of enemies to fight in the Outer Worlds. There's not unique things happening, like, just weird situations happening. Like, see, I was spoiled by games like Red Dead and Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate, where there's constantly something cool happening, and I'm always engaged, and I'm not really getting that with the Outer Worlds 2. I'm finding myself dozing off and sleeping at times, which is generally a death sentence for a game. If a game puts me to sleep, I generally will stop playing it, because obviously I'm just not that into it. But I am finding second wins with this game all the time when it is engaging with me, when I am having conversations with people, and I am doing missions, and I am interacting with the game. I'm having fun, but the combat is so-so. The story hasn't really grabbed me yet, admittedly. The only thing that's really grabbing me is companion quests, and just some of the weird quests that I've run, some of the side quests that I run into. They're pretty unique. They're kind of funny. The writing is odd. It's a very, a fucking scientist wrote this freaking game or something. There's massive words getting thrown around all the time. I'm not gonna fucking pull out a thesaurus and a dictionary to fucking figure out what the hell you're talking about, but man, some of the dialogue is very, very dry, and yeah, I don't know. I'm planning on I have a review coming along with this game. I'll probably do a review for it, and I don't know where I'm going to land with this one, if I'm going to end up liking it, or it's just going to be a so-so game that I played this year, but it's leaning more to the side of Starfield, that I'm not really jiving with it, and I'm starting to think to myself, am I really a Western RPG guy anymore? Because the last couple that I played have not been hits, and I haven't played many of them, but I'm just, I just recently did an episode on Fallout 3, and just for a second time, I did that episode. I've already done Fallout 3, recorded it another Fallout 3 episode, and then when I finished recording that one, I realized, shit, I've already done it. Well, I'm just going to put it out anyway, because, oh well, it finally happened. I knew it was going to happen at some point. It took me over 170 episodes to finally have an accidental redoing of an episode, so my bad, but it happens. But I'm just wondering if, I am a Western RPG guy anymore, because sometimes they're just kind of dull and kind of boring, but we'll see where it goes. I'm still playing it, and obviously still playing Battlefield 6. We're going to be talking about that game, but still just playing away at that. That game now, I think, officially has cracked over 100 hours of game time. It's hard for me to gauge, because, on my Xbox platform thingy, it says I have, 4 or 5 days online, but not a lot of that's actual Battlefield gameplay. That's me in lobbies waiting. That's me in the party just chatting with the homies for a while, because we've sat there. We were watching baseball games, just sitting in the lobby waiting. So it's I haven't put in an actual 100 hours of Battlefield, but we're getting close. I would have to say that it's probably going to win my most played game of the year award. Little spoiler there, but it seems like it's running away with the award. I can't see anything else taking it over in the last month or so of this year, but we'll see what happens. Still playing Battlefield, still loving it, and no, I have not tried out the Red Sec mode, the Battle Royale. I tried. I asked the homies if they wanted to play it. They weren't feeling it, so it is what it is. I might just have to check it out by myself. And I've also played some Rocket League this week as well. Still playing a little bit of Rocket League. Yeah, I'm just not very good at it. I would like to be having more fun with it. It's a lot of fun when I score a goal, which I don't do. I'm very few and far between at scoring goals, but regardless, still playing some Rocket League and with the homies. And there we go, everybody. So one more time, just let me know what games you picked up for Black Friday. I love the art of a good deal, so I love hearing about what good deals you found out there. I wasn't really looking, honestly. It kind of snuck up on me Black Friday, and I took a peek on Amazon, found a couple of games, and that's about it. Didn't really go out looking for, I don't really need anything right now. Yes, I wanted a Switch 2, but now I'm leaning on the side of not getting a Switch 2 because it's just such an expensive undertaking. Not only is the system going to cost me $1,000, but so are the games. So I don't know if it's an ecosystem I really want to join right now, and I'm still just very, very satisfied with my Switch 1, and there's still so many more experiences there that I need to play. And yes, I understand I can get a Switch 2 and play those Switch 1 games on it and have an even better experience, but I really don't see the need to spend all that money on a Switch 2 right now. We'll see where that one goes, but let me know if you picked one up for Black Friday or something. I know there was a pretty decent deal on a PlayStation 5s. They were 20% off or something like that, which is good. Good to see because they've only been going up in price, so it's nice to see a pay decrease every once in a while, so that's cool. So let me know what Black Friday deals you found, and let's do it, y'all. Let's get into the Battlefield 6 review. All right, Battlefield, come on down. Let's have a discussion about Battlefield. Arguably, maybe one of the biggest video games of the year. I just listened to a podcast not recently, or very recently, and it said that Battlefield had its best sales month of its entire history. So that's really encouraging. That's really good. And considering this is a good video game, that's great. I know there's been some bad Battlefields in recent memory. There's been bad Battlefields in not so recent memory, but there's been some misses for Battlefield, and I think this one is undoubtedly a massive hit for, was it DICE, EA, whoever makes this game. I don't really care, but it is I believe it is an EA game, but it's a big win this year for Battlefield, and I've talked about the potential for Battlefield to come out of this market, out of this season, this first-person shooter online market. They may come out the winner this year over Call of Duty, because this year's Call of Duty just didn't have the gas coming in. I didn't feel the hype train for this year's Call of Duty at all. I played a little bit of it, not online, but I played the Zombies mode, and it feels like a Call of Duty game. It doesn't feel like a particularly special Call of Duty. It doesn't feel like anything new right here, and I'll just go over a little bit of history with Battlefield here. My history with Battlefield, it's pretty limited. I played Battlefield 3, the beta back in the day. I really, really enjoyed it. Just proceeded to not purchase the game because none of my friends were playing Battlefield at the time. I just tried out the beta to see what was up, and it was very, very, very different. Very different type of game than what I'm used to. I'm used to playing Call of Duty and or Halo, and it's different. It's much different. Though it is a first-person shooter, it's similar in those rights. But in terms of the mechanics of the game, it is much different than Call of Duty. If you come from Call of Duty and you're playing Battlefield now, my biggest recommendation is to slow down, smell the roses a little bit, and just lay your ass down with your sights lined up and just wait, man, because if you try to play Battlefield like you play Call of Duty, running around and shit like that, you're probably going to have a bad time, or you might have a blast. I don't know. But regardless, that's been my experience from coming from Call of Duty to Battlefield, is that it's a slower-paced video game, but man, is it ever a blast. We'll get into all that, but let's slow it down. After Battlefield 3, my wife purchased me Battlefield 1, which was a great game. Absolutely loved it. That was my first real Battlefield experience, and I played the shit out of that game. Not as much as Battlefield 6, but I played a lot of Battlefield 1. Really enjoyed that game. There's aspects of Battlefield that I didn't love, like the big scale wars. It kind of sucks when you spawn into the map and you got to spawn at HQ, and it's a big trek just to get back into the battle. And I know there's things you can use to help yourself with that kind of thing. We'll talk about that in the multiplayer section. But, those were the kind of things that I didn't love about Battlefield, was the kind of the slow pace of it. It takes you a while to get into the fight, and sometimes you run all that way just to get shot in the head by a sniper, then you're all the way back at HQ, and you got to run all the way back out there again. So personally, I don't do the big scale battles. Like, I haven't even played Conquest yet in Battlefield 6 because... I mean, I played a game or two, but I haven't really gotten into it because it scares me. It's massive. You got helicopters, you got jet fighters, you got tanks, you got people, and it's a huge scale battle. We're talking 64 players or something like that, 32 aside, very, very big scale battles. And so I got into Battlefield 1 quite a lot. I know it's not everyone's favorite because it wasn't a modern Battlefield, but here we are. Battlefield 6, back to a modern setting, possibly, in the near future, whatever, but we're back in the modern times, not World War I, not World War II, so that is a thing that people have been clamoring for, and we're finally here. We got that, and it shows, because this one's selling a lot. It's doing very well. There's a lot of people playing this game right now, and still playing it, which is great. We're well over a month into the game's life cycle, and it's stronger than ever. It continues to build momentum, and that's great. They have added in some new content, which is also great. Like I said, they added in the Battle Royale. Not going to be talking about that because I haven't personally experienced it yet, but it's a bonus. It's getting bonus points for adding in content after release. That's good. That's really good. I will touch on the campaign right now. Then we'll get into all the other review stuff that we talk about. We're going to talk about the graphics, the performance of the game, the sound design, gameplay, and the multiplayer, all that stuff. But I'll touch on the campaign. I only played the first 2 missions of the campaign, and I was not impressed. It was very, very generic, modern warfare campaign stuff. Hoorah, soldier, let's go. Let's get this guy. We're going to, take him down. And it was very, very mediocre. My initial experiences with Battlefield campaign, I can't score it. I can't really say much more about it because I haven't really given it a full chance. I'm not going to take any points away from it. I'm not going to add any points for it. It's just kind of a mute point right now, but I wanted to touch on it because I did try it, and I just was not impressed, man. I've heard it's not a very long campaign. That's normal for these type of first-person shooter multiplayer games. They have a campaign most of the time, but they're generally very short and very forgettable, and that's what I feel like the Battlefield campaign is. I have a buddy of mine that did play it, beat it. He said it was good, and he has proceeded to never talk about it again, so I would feel like it probably falls into, it's fine, it's forgettable, it's a campaign, it's there for you, it's something to do when there's no one online, but good luck, everyone's always online with this game, there's tons of people playing it, and there's crossplay, and all of that great stuff. I will talk about crossplay right here, right now, for a quick second. It's great, but it's also annoying. So I have a friend that plays on PC, and I have a friend that plays on Xbox. So crossplay is on for us. There is a little bit of a balancing issue with that, where PC players have an advantage. They have better accuracy at long ranges. So sniping is, probably very easy to them. It's very, very difficult for me on controller. I cannot snipe in this game. I don't know why. I was a pretty competent sniper in Battlefield 1. Can't do it in this game for the life of me. I am just god-awful at sniping in this game, and I just decided to give up on it. I have no real appetite for sniping. More of an objective guy. I want to play the objective. I want to plant the bombs. I want to capture the flags. I want to do the thing. And I just find when I'm sniping, I am not engaged with the objective whatsoever. I am barely engaged with anything of importance when I'm sniping. I am just strictly trying to not have my head blown off, and I'm trying to blow other people's head off. So, and I'm just not finding the fun there. I've heard of some problems with the sniping, the auto rangefinder. I've heard some problems with that. I played around with it. I don't fucking understand it. Couldn't tell you. So I don't know if it's broken, but there definitely seems to be a problem with sniping. And that's kind of also why I stay away from the bigger game modes, because the bigger the game mode, the more snipers there's going to be, and the less fun I'm going to have. So I'm not a sniper fan. Can't say that I enjoy the sniping in this game, but Anyway, that is just my experiences right there. But we're in a modern setting. We got Battlefield. All right, I think that's pretty much it with my history for Battlefield. I did not play the beta for Battlefield 6. I downloaded it, did not play it, heard great things, and yeah, I just knew I was getting this game. I knew I didn't need the beta. I knew the homie Kyle was into this game, and he was very not into Call of Duty anymore. So I was like, oh, this is the year for Battlefield. If we're going to do it, this is it. And here we are. We're finally doing the thing. We're playing Battlefield, and let's get into it. Let's talk about the graphics and the performance of this game. Like I said, I talked about the campaign. I did that. Yeah, okay, I think we're ready. I think we're ready to talk about graphics and performance. So this is a damn fine looking video game, man. Running at a consistent 60 frames per second for me anyway, and I'm playing on Xbox S, so not even the Xbox Series X, the higher powered one. I'm playing the lowered powered Xbox, and I think it looks fantastic. Character models look really good. It is the vistas, the beauty of the game is quite immaculate. Admittedly, rarely get the opportunity to really enjoy the graphics because I'm playing online and it's very intense and requires a lot of focus and so on and so forth. So there's rarely a moment where I'm kind of taking in the atmosphere and taking in everything, but there's been the main time I do is at the beginning of the start of a match when we're all, the countdown happens, 3, 2, 1, and you go and everyone's running. That's when I take in the game for a second. I'm like, all right, I got a second here. Like, damn, this is a nice-ass looking video game that's running on the Frostbite engine, very powerful engine. Shit looks good, and obviously the big thing about Battlefield is the destructible environments, and it's pretty good. Admittedly, it looks a little janky. Like, I've had numerous times where I'm playing online and I'm just chilling in a building and here comes a tank blows up the building collapses, and all this rubble is falling down on you. It's very performance-y, like it's very impressive what's happening. Like the building is just crumbling apart piece by piece, very realistic, sounds amazing. We'll talk about the sound, but it looks a little janky at times, it doesn't look perfect, but regardless, the destructibility in this game is quite top-notch, and that's what really changes it from Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, you'll run into, there's this guy in this fucking corner over here in this building, and there's nothing I can do about it. Damn it, I can't do anything. I've thrown grenades in there. There's nothing happening. Well, in Battlefield, if you run across that situation, grab yourself an RPG, blow the fuck out of that wall, and boom, his cover is gone. You can blow away people's cover. It is awesome. So that looks really, it's impressive. Does it look the best? No, I don't think so. I think I've seen better, but the fact that it's happening online with a bunch of players and the frame rates aren't dropping, I'm rather impressed. So I'm impressed with the graphics. I think it looks really good. The guns look really good. Explosions are freaking popping. It looks like an absolute fucking chaotic warfare out there. And there are times where it is absolutely balls to the wall. You got grenades and rockets flying all over the place. You got people flying all over the place. You got guns going off. You got tons of people in the lobby, and it holds its frame rate. I have like a little frame rate thing on my monitor that tells me how many frames I'm running at every second, and it never drops. Never dropped once. So I'm very impressed with the performance of this game. Graphically, I've had there have been some hard crashes. I think that's mostly because of the online service, not because the game is just having a moment and it's fucking crashing. I believe that's more so to the online service of the game, so I'm not going to ding it there. But overall, man, it's a very lovely looking video game. I can't deny that. But I think what's better than the graphics is the sound design of this game. It is absolutely immaculate. I feel like I am in the middle of the battlefield. I feel like I am storming the beaches of Normandy when I play this freaking game. I feel so cool. It feels so cool, man. Like, just from that starting point in every match when you're all running together and it's people, yelling like, we got to go over here, and you can hear the boots just trampling on the ground, and bullets start whizzing by your head, and you're like, holy shit, you got rockets going by your freaking face, and just explosions going off, buildings falling apart. The vehicles sound awesome, dude. Like, when I get into a tank, and that thing starts up, and you're like, oh, it's so cool, and just the sound effects of smashing through bricks, and blowing up freaking buildings sounds awesome. When you're reloading the giant freaking missile thing into the tank, it just sounds so freaking cool. Yeah, man, like that is, it is fantastic. And it's got a pretty good soundtrack going on. Like it's very, I'm not going to say like go out there, buy the Battlefield 6 soundtrack and play that shit at your next party, just da-da-da-da-da. But I am constantly humming it in the lobbies. I'm always engaged with the music, whether I know it or not. I'm sitting there humming the music, and it's good, man. It's some good online multiplayer music. It's doing the thing. It's no Rocket League. Rocket League's just got the dance party music going on all the time. I'm absolutely loving it. But Battlefield's got that. It's just got a good soundtrack, man. It sounds absolutely incredible, and it should for a war game, a multiplayer shooter. The guns sound incredible. Reloading, throwing grenades, smoke grenades, freaking just everything sounds really cool. I love the sound design in this game. It is absolutely immaculate, and there's really not much more to say about that. I love the sound of this game. The soundtrack gets me going. It gets the blood pumping, and when you're in there, man, and shit is going crazy, your heartbeat is going. Like, your heartbeat's going crazy, and it's just a really, really awesome time. So we'll talk about the gameplay, I guess. So you have the campaign, like I talked about, it's so-so, and you have tons of multiplayer modes. Very, very many multiplayer modes. We'll talk about multiplayer modes in a little bit. Or I guess we could just do them now. So this is another one of the bigger differences from Call of Duty to Battlefield, is you have kind of different sized battles you can have. Now, you can have the small scale battles like your team deathmatch, domination, King of the Hill, and admittedly, that's where I started when I first started playing Battlefield 6. I started in the smaller maps because I'm more comfortable as a Call of Duty player, and I'm used to smaller maps. I'm used to smaller amount of people in the game. So that's where I started. Tried to get my boots wet and get my abilities back, man. Like to this date, I'm still not a very good Battlefield player. I am more of an objective-based guy, so I like to, whatever objective game mode I'm playing, that's what I'm doing. So in Domination, I'm capturing the flags. In King of the Hill, I'm holding the points. In Team Deathmatch, I'm just motherfucking murdering people. But the big problem with those game modes is you're not getting a lot of points. That's why I don't play them anymore. In Team Deathmatch, you're lucky if you get like 1,000 points, even if you have a good game. Team Deathmatch or Domination, probably like 3,000-4,000, so on and so forth. Just for examples, in a bigger breakthrough style game mode, if you're having a good game, you can crack like 10,000 points. Yes, they're a lot longer, but you just get a lot more points. Anyway, but they have the smaller scale battles where you can do that, and every map, so you have like the maps, they're huge. They have these massive maps, but they will take pieces off of them and just take a small chunk of the map. Here you can play on this map. It's the same map that in other game modes, but they will take pieces out or add pieces to make them bigger or smaller depending on the game mode that you're playing. And obviously, another one of the big differing factors from Call of Duty to Battlefield is the vehicles. Call of Duty doesn't do vehicles online, I don't think. There might be some stuff in the Warzone modes or whatever. I don't play that, but you don't generally have vehicles in the online modes in Call of Duty. In Battlefield, you do. You have ATVs, you got fucking golf carts now, y'all. Oh man, the golf carts are a lot of fun. That's in the newest, one of the newest map, Eastwood or whatever. Yeah, you can drive some golf carts around. It's a ton of fun. You have trucks with freaking machine guns on them. You have your tanks, different type of tanks. You have helicopters, and you have fighter jets. So all these things are not a thing in Call of Duty, but very much so a thing in Battlefield, and they are awesome. They drive awesomely. I will admit, I don't think I've ever been in a helicopter. I don't think I've gotten into the helicopter. Drove the fighter jet around just in a bot lobby where I could actually get one because they're always gone. They're very hard to get into one. So I just wanted to dick around with one, and they're fun, man. Like, it's a lot of fun. I would love to get into one online and actually have some freaking moments with the helicopter and the jet fighters and stuff like that. But yeah, man, you can get into like dog fights with other jets. You can fight with other helicopters. You can get in tank battles. It is very, very cool. So back to the game modes. You have kind of your more medium scale battles. You got more players here. The maps are getting a little bit bigger, and that is for like Rush. Rush is my favorite game mode right now. That is the mode I like. It's fast-paced. It's called Rush, for goodness sakes. So the whole objective is to rush, plant bombs, or defend your bombs. And it's very fun. The maps get bigger. They're not the... I don't know. I think they are full-scale maps, but you don't have as many people in there. I think it's 24 people lobby instead of the 30-something or whatever, however many. I don't know anymore. But... very fun. Then you have the huge all-out massive wars with aircrafts and tanks, and everything is available. So that's like Breakthrough and Conquest. Conquest is the one that has the aircrafts. Breakthrough sometimes does, depends on the map. But I don't think they have fighter jets. I don't know if I've seen a fighter jet in Breakthrough, but you can let me know. And they have tons of playlists in this game. Tons of customization. Like you can go into customize what type of thing you're looking for. You can, pick particular game modes that you like. Like, I like playing team deathmatch, domination, and breakthrough. You can put those game modes on. You can pick the maps that you like. If you don't like maps, okay. Let's talk about the maps really quickly right here. Not a big fan of the maps in this game. There's more maps in this game that I hate and take off because they're unplayable, then I have maps that I'm like, ooh, I really like this map. There's probably 2 maps I get excited for when they come up. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good one. And if I could, I can't tell you the name of them right now. I apologize. But the fact of the matter is there's probably like 8 or 9 maps, something like that, give or take, maybe 10 maps. I just don't think there's enough maps in this game, not enough variety. I sometimes will play the exact same map 3 games in a row, and that's just unacceptable. Like, that should not be happening. And I'm even playing like the same side, like I'm playing defense 3 times in a row on the same map. That should not be happening. And yes, granted, I have like 3 maps taken off because they're just crap. One of them being one of the new maps, Blackfield Oil Fields or something like that. Just hate it. Absolutely hate it. We were playing it on Breakthrough, and it's just very difficult on Breakthrough. You got to cross this big open field that is just a death sentence, and don't like it. The new one, Eastwood or whatever, I like that map. The homie Jesse hates it, but I find it to be pretty okay. There are a lot of houses. I'm not a big fan of people getting on top of the roofs, and that is kind of the one thing that is broken about this game is the ladder. There is a assault ladder that you have that you can place, and you can climb up things. People have used that to get up on top of buildings you're not supposed to get up to, and I think it's New Sobek City, Entombed, I believe it's called. The worst map in the game. It is broken on every game type that I have played. In Breakthrough, people get up on the roofs that you're not supposed to get up to, and they just slaughter you from above. There's nothing you can do. They're about 5 stories above you, and they have the high ground advantage. You can barely see them. They can see you in your full entirety, and they just destroy your ass. So that is a map I refuse to play. I hate it on every game mode that I've played. On Rush, it is broken. On just every map, it's broken. And admittedly, even in the smaller game modes, like Team Deathmatch and so on and so forth, I have the same problems that I have with Call of Duty there with the spawns. You will spawn into a very bad situation. There'll be a person right behind you. Sometimes I spawn and there's 2 enemies right in front of me. And that's not even using a spawn beacon. That is where Battlefield told me to spawn. Spawned here. I spawned right in front of a guy, or there's a guy right behind me, guy right beside me. So the spawning system, as is tradition with most of these type of games, is not very good. I've been spawn trapped. I've been spawn killed. I've been all the normal things that happen in these games. Definitely not as bad as Call of Duty, where it happens like pretty much every single game. Very, very rarely does it happen in Battlefield, but on a map like New Sobek City, playing Rush, it is broken as fuck. Especially if you're attacking, it's damn near impossible. They have the bombs so close together, you can defend both bombs from one location. It's very tight, and you're in a wide open field, and they have all the advantages. It's broken. It's just not a very good map. But it does get bonus points for adding maps. There's been 2 new maps added to the game since I purchased it. That's good. I want more. There still needs to be more, and especially in Conquest. Like, there's barely any maps in Conquest. Haven't played it, so I haven't really experienced that yet. But they need more maps. There definitely needs to be more variation in maps, and they're not like horribly different from each, like crazy differences from each map. Like, There's just nothing like a big difference. Now, I never played Battlefield 4, but there was like that Levolution thing where you can take out, like, you have to do certain things, and you can take out a whole building, like a massive skyscraper building, and change the whole level. And that's why it's called Levolution, because you just destroyed this whole building that's like a strategic point. And like, yes, you can do that kind of stuff, but it's not to that scale in Battlefield 6. You can blow the hole out of a building. You can take down little buildings. You can destroy the whole entire building. Like, there's in one map, we're in this house, and by the end of it, the house is rubble because people have blown it up so much with grenades, rocket launchers, grenade launchers, you name it. You can blow a whole building up. So you can change the whole outlook of a map by blowing up the buildings. But map design, not my favorite in Battlefield 6. Like I said, there's more maps that I don't like than maps that I like, and that's a problem. I have 3 of them that are on my blacklist right now. Personally, 2. Eastwood is on the blacklist when I play with the homie Jesse, but I play that map when I'm not playing with him, because I'm like, I like it, I think it's pretty good. But regardless, there is some balancing issues with the maps. Like, some sides are just way easier to do than others, some are damn near impossible in terms of defense or offense, you know, so there's some work to be done there, and I hope there's more maps coming. And another issue that I've run into while playing online, and it's still happening to this day, is consistent issues getting into a match with all my party members. So when the homies, we all jump online, 2, 3, 4 people in the group, we go to hit play, and we get into a game, and only 2 of us made it in out of the 3, or only 1 of us made it, or none of us made it, or whatever. This has been happening since day 1, and it is still happening to this day, so I don't know what it is about the matchmaking when you're in a group. It just doesn't seem to work. So that is something I really hope would get better, because when I play solo, it's so fast getting into the next game. Like, it's like 15 seconds, boom, you're in the next game, you're playing some more. When it's me and the homies, we got to take like 10, 15 minutes sometimes just to try and freaking get into a match. So that is not good. I hate wasting my time in lobbies and doing all that stuff trying to get into another match. So that hasn't been good. But back to the multiplayer stuff, you get to choose between 4 different classes when you get into a match, which is a difference from Call of Duty as well. So you have the Assault class, Engineer, Recon, and it's not called Medic. I think Support is what it's called. I just call it the Medic class because that's what it is, but Assault is pretty straightforward. You're assaulting the front lines. You're faster. You're more mobile than most. Engineer, that is for tanks. You can blow up tanks. You got rocket launchers, mines. You can repair the tanks on your side. Then you have the Medic class, or the Support, which is you can put down ammo. You can put down fucking like a shield thing that blocks bullets, and of course you can revive your teammates, which is very, very cool. That is probably my preferred class is Medic. I really like it, and each class kind of specializes in a specific weapon. So Assault is assault rifles, Engineer is SMGs, you got Support is light machine guns, and then Recon is sniper rifles. And if you use those guns on those classes, you get a small boost, but you can use any gun with any class. You can use a fucking shotgun on a sniper class, you can use anything like that, but the only thing that you can't use is all the support gadgets. So like with the Assault, for example, you get the deploy beacon, which is massive. It is basically a tactical insertion. You can create a spawn point wherever you drop this thing, so you can drop a spawn point right near the objective, which is huge, saves you from running across the map and stuff. I love using the Assault and the deploy beacon combo, especially when playing Rush or really any game mode that has an objective that I need to get to. Deploy beacon that shit up. With your Medic, obviously only the Support class can do the reviving. With the Engineer is the only one that can repair tanks. And with the Recon, I think they can use they got the Recon drone. You can send a drone up into the air, and it's basically a UAV. You can scan all the people on the ground. It is freaking awesome, as long as it doesn't get shot down right away. That one's really cool. So you got the 4 classes that you're using, you're leveling up, and it is very addicting. That's a very addicting gameplay right there. You're constantly leveling up, and when you level up, you're unlocking new weapons, you're unlocking new gadgets, fucking, what do you call them, attachments for your weapons. So your guns are very customizable. They have like a certain amount of attachments you can put onto it. and each attachment is worth a certain amount of points. You have so many points you can put into the gun. And yeah, dude, you got like, you name it. You got tons of grips. You got all these different sights. You got silencers, converters, freaking flashlights, laser beams, like you name it, you can put it on these guns, man. It is really cool. They have extra sights. They have faster reload things, so you're constantly leveling up your guns. You want to get really good with a gun. You find a gun that you really like. Me, for example, I really like the Cord is a popular gun everyone likes to use. I like the AK-47 type gun. M4 is good for the light machine gun. Oh, I don't remember the names of them, but it's like the really long light machine gun. I like that thing because it's really precise. It's like a freaking laser beam when you shoot it. I like the shotgun. I like using the shotgun on my assault class because there's a lot of close quarters combat. Nothing better than a shotgun in close quarters combat, you know what I'm saying? So I get my shotgun out. I like doing that. What other guns do I like? Not big on SMGs. There's not a lot of great times to have the SMG because there's a lot of long-range combat and they're just so weak in long-range combat that it's not really recommended to use them. But man, I have my guns. I got my silencer. I like that you have a silencer on it because it keeps you off of the mini-map. If you're shooting your gun without a silencer, it shows you on the map, which makes you a pretty easy target. And for those snipers, you know what I'm saying? But I like the class system in the game. It adds... It can really turn the point of a game. Like if you have a good group of medics out there, that can really change the outlook of a game. If you got proper medics, if you got proper spawn insertions in there with the assault guys, you can get good respawns. The only one that I don't find all that useful, I mean it is with the recon drone, man. That recon drone is money. If you can have someone using one of those, it's really, really good. And of course, engineer is huge for keeping those tanks in the game or out of the game. You want to take them out with your RPGs and your whatever the fuck you got, or you want to keep your tank in the game for as long as possible because that's a game changer. You have a tank, that's a big deal. It's going to help you win a lot of games. And so is teamwork. Teamwork is what will make the dream work in Battlefield. If you want to play solo, you're probably not going to win very much. If you're a lone wolf kind of player, you literally start every game in a squad of 4 people. So that's your squad. You're allowed to spawn on them as long as they're not in danger. You can interact. You can talk with your squad mates. I'm always in the same squad. Like it's rather I'm in a 3-person squad or a 4-person squad. So it's recommended that you go in. Like I play by myself and I have a good time. I just generally will pick like a role to play, like anything but like Slayer. I don't choose to just go out and kill people because that's not really in my forte anymore. Now I like to play objective. So if I happen to spawn on the attacking side and we have a tank, I'm going out there as an engineer. I'm going to be fixing up that tank. I'm going to be driving that tank if I have the opportunity because that is awesome. Really love driving the tanks and being able to get some nice easy kills and so on and so forth. And if I find that I'm in a game mode where there's not a lot of medics, I'll be a medic and I'll go out there and do the medic thing. I'll revive my teammates. I'll freaking drop ammo for them. I'll put down some strategic fucking walls for them to shoot at. I can't think of the name. A barrier, I guess, would be the name for that. And very, very rarely would I pull out the recon just because, I don't know, I really do like the recon drone. The recon drone is really useful because it tags all the enemies that you can see. You can spot them. It's basically a UAV. And as long as it doesn't get shot down, it's very, very useful. So all in all, this has been one of the best online multiplayer experiences that I've had in quite some time. I can't really pick what, like, I've definitely had better time playing Battlefield than I have Call of Duty. That would make a great versus one day, maybe when I'm a little more, I don't know, I'm not going to say I'm a Battlefield veteran, but there's definitely a potential for Call of Duty versus Battlefield in the future for this podcast. That would be a lot of fun. Admittedly, I wanted to do that for this episode was initially a versus, Call of Duty versus Battlefield, but I haven't played enough of the most recent Call of Duty to really give it a chance. I kind of want to put them up against each other, but we'll see where it goes with that. I'll play some more Call of Duty. Maybe I'll even try out the campaign. We'll see how that goes, but I haven't even finished the campaign for Battlefield yet. So, all right, let's wrap up this episode. We'll go through the cons and the pros again and just kind of solidify. We'll score this bitch and we'll send you on your way. So the cons that I have with the game is a forgettable campaign. Admittedly, I didn't finish the campaign. That is literally, I played about an hour of it, and I wasn't turned on to it whatsoever. I was actually immensely turned off. It made me very tired. It made me very sleepy because it is so generic, the beginning anyway. I'll have to try, and I can try and finish it, and I'll come back with my report on the campaign. All in all, I don't think it's going to be anything amazing or anything. It ain't going to be no Titanfall 2, so that's for sure. I can definitely tell right off the bat that it ain't going to be this spectacular must-play single-player experience. So a little bit of a forgettable campaign, that's for sure. Having a lot of matchmaking issues with a party. If I'm playing single-player, no problems at all. I can get into a match. And when the match finishes, I'll get right into another match. But when I'm playing with the homies, man, we have consistent problems. It doesn't matter who's the party leader. Doesn't matter how good our internet is. Like, my homies have amazing internet. I have, okay, and good internet. I would say it's fine. It's serviceable. I don't have any issues with it. No, I can't download a 100 gigabyte video game in under an hour. It'll take me a few hours to do that, which, hey, I get what I pay for. I don't pay a lot for internet, but it is what it is. But I've consistent matchmaking issues. I just want to be able to stay in my party, stay in a lobby, and just keep going into the next match with all my party members intact. That has not been an experience we've had in over 100-ish hours of playing this game. We have not had a really solid night where it's our perfect night, we'll say. We've had some solid nights where it's all right, it's working pretty good, but when we have our fourth member in who has pretty shitty internet, it gets pretty rough. It's 50-50 if we all get in, and that's not cool, man, because then we gotta back out, we gotta go through all the menus again, we gotta get back into the party, we gotta search it up again, and hope, fingers crossed, we get a match where we're all in it together. And I will also complain about the maps in this game. I don't really like the map design in a lot of the maps so far. There's more maps on my never off the rotation. I have 4 maps, depending on the game mode, that are out of the rotation. That's about half the maps already right there that are gone because I just refuse to play them because they're broken. They haven't fixed them yet. It's Entombed is the worst one, where people have been using their ladders to get up onto buildings they're not supposed to be getting up to. The what do you call them? The producers of the game, they've come out and said that that's not supposed to be going on. It's still not fixed as far as I can tell. They're still getting up there. Haven't really played the map all that much, but I just don't think there was enough maps in the base game, especially for bigger game modes like Conquest. There's very few maps. Even though I haven't played Conquest yet, I have heard that there's not a lot of options there in Conquest, so it'd be nice to see some more maps. They have added maps, which is a part of the bonuses, but not generally a big fan of the maps in Battlefield. There's only 2 that I'm excited for, and that's Bridgehead and I don't know the names yet. So anyway, multiplayer maps aren't the best. Let's talk about the pros of this game. Epic online battles, bro. These are some of the most epic, intense, batshit crazy battles I've been in online since I played Battlefield 1. And this is even more intense because we have even more modern technology. There's more explosions going on. There's just cooler gadgets to play with and more modern weaponry to play around with. It's awesome. You have more full auto weapons, more snipers. Well, there may not be more snipers, but there's definitely more full auto weapons, that's for sure. A good variety of weapons to use in this game, and they all feel different. That is a huge bonus, because I get addicted to a gun. I get the feel for it. I'm oh fuck yeah, I'm leveling it up. I'm unlocking all these great upgrades for it. That's another positive, is the skill tree, not the skill tree, but the unlocking system in the game. It's very Call of Duty like, but it's addicting. It works. It makes me want to play another game. So I'm I'm 1 level away from unlocking the silencer, or I'm 1 level away from unlocking this gun or this thing or that thing. There's no perks in the game per se. You don't have sleight of hand pro. You don't have dead silence, which would have been huge, because you hear footsteps in this game. You can hear your footsteps, your teammates' footsteps. You can hear the enemy footsteps all around you. It can get a little bit confusing at times, so I wish there was some sort of perk I can use to help me out with that. The only thing you can do is crouch. You can crouch, lay prone. That'll make you quieter, but outside of that, I love the skill system. I love the unlocking system in this game. The online battles are freaking awesome. The graphics bring it all together. It wouldn't be as epic if it was crashing constantly, which I only had like 1 or 2 hard crashes, and not too bad considering the 100+ hours of gameplay that I've had on a huge multiplayer game like this. It's normal, it happens, so I'm not going to ding it too badly for that. But the graphics bring it all together. Buildings falling apart, freaking tanks blasting through walls, grenades blowing up walls, and so on and so forth. Yes, I do miss that. I've missed that Levolution. I did not play Battlefield 4, but that kind of feels like they went backwards in that terms, where instead of having this kind of big battle point, like a big building that everyone's fighting over, and eventually you can blow it all up and shit like that, that's not in this Battlefield, the big Levolution situation. So if you're a fan of Battlefield 4 and you love the Levolution, sadly that's not really a thing in here. It's definitely not to that scale. Anyway, you can still blow up buildings, just smaller scale buildings, but the destructibility in the game is really impressive. You can literally get killed by being crumbled to death by a falling building. Like I've died quite a few times from that happening. I'm just laying prone in a building trying to stay alive, and then a tank shoots my building and it just comes crumbling down on me and I'm fucking dead. I think that detail is very, very cool. Sometimes you just glitch through it, but it's all good. The sound design as well is immaculate. Guns sound amazing, bullets whizzing by your head. You literally feel like you're on the front lines of a battlefield. It is awesome. The soundtrack bangs. Gun and vehicle controls are really good. Like I said, I like the feel of the guns. They all feel different. I can get addicted to one gun. Like the homie Kyle is addicted to this one gun that I just can't get behind. I think the balancing on the guns is pretty good, but this gun in particular, it's like the TAR 19 from Call of Duty. But it has a smaller clip, doesn't have as many bullets in it, but it's powerful. It's very powerful, but it's got hella kick to it. And, it's just fun to be able to master a gun like that. I can't master it because I suck, but he was able to master it. So that's really cool. You find your guns that you love to play with. You find your loadouts that you love to play with. And I really enjoy the class system. I enjoy being able to choose a class, just dedicate myself to that class. I'm an engineer. I'm going to be fixing tanks. I'm blowing up shit. I'm going to be a medic. I'm healing people. I'm being a good supporting teammate. I love that shit. So I like that it kind of keeps you in a lane. You can switch classes all throughout the game. So if you're in a moment where you're like, oh shit, a tank just spawned in, I'm going to rock my engineer class right now. Bam. You can do that off a spawn. You can't just do it in the middle of gameplay, but off a spawn you can do it. So that's really cool. I love the soundtrack. The gameplay is freaking tight. Epic battles. And of course, the accessibility to this game is quite impressive. There are maybe too many options. Like, there are so many freaking options in the settings menu. You can change the controls to make it feel more like Battlefield, like your favorite Battlefield. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, you can change the controls to that. Tons of sensitivity settings. There's just tons of settings. You got crossplay, which is huge. I don't think it would have been an issue if there wasn't crossplay. Like I said, there are some balancing issues with crossplay. The fact that PC players have the mouse and keyboard advantage over some of us. It's rather noticeable. I'll be in a lobby, and by the end of it, you look at the people that are at the top, they're almost always PC players. And then there's the rest of us, the fucking losers on controller, I guess, if you want to call us that. I don't think we're losers, but I don't have a PC, and I don't have that advantage. So sometimes I get frustrated by that. I'm like, man, PC has the advantage sometimes in aiming. They're able to aim a lot easier with mouse and keyboard. So that's something, but I do really appreciate the crossplay because I'm able to play with the homie Jesse. I could play with anyone that has it on PlayStation or has it on PC. So it's very accessible video game, very modern in that setting because it just has so many accessibility options. So that's really good. I wish, no, it has brightness settings and everything. That's a different game I'm thinking about. Anyway, overall, like I said, this is one of the best multiplayer experiences I have had in a long time. It has kind of rejuvenated my appeal to online gaming again, so that's a big deal for me, because I'm a single-player guy. Like, I like my single-player experiences. There's so many single-player games, and now I'm really opening up my horizons again to trying out online multiplayer games, because I really enjoyed my time with Battlefield. Overall, I am going to give the game a 8 8.5 out of 10. This is a great video game. If you are into these online multiplayer video games, this is one you should definitely not miss out on. There's definitely been some Battlefields that are not worth your time and money, but I think this one is one of the best ones they've released in quite some time, and it kind of feels like a rejuvenating point for Battlefield, a kind of a reset. They look like they're ahead of Call of Duty right now, which is huge. They've been trying to do that forever, and it kind of looks like this is the year, man. This is the year. If you're thinking about jumping ship from Call of Duty, or a little bit burnt out on that game or whatever game it is that you're playing, check out Battlefield, man. It's a really good time. I would recommend playing it with a party of like 3 to 4 people, but I have fun playing by myself as well. Like it's totally fine if you don't have any friends. That's okay. But I would recommend playing it in a squad. It makes it a lot more fun. But I have had lots of fun playing by myself as well. But I definitely have more fun with the homies, so that is a definite thing. So overall, 8.5 out of 10 is a great video game. Very much so happy that I got it, and it's hitting, man. It is absolutely hitting the spot for my online multiplayer craving that I've had lately. And let me know, if you picked up Battlefield 6, what's your favorite class? What's your favorite gun? And have you played the campaign? Is it worth playing? Should I really spend my time on it? I don't think it doesn't take a lot of time, so I think I'm going to give it a chance. Another chance anyway. I've already given it a chance, didn't impress me, but I'll give it a second chance just because I really enjoyed this video game, and I want to let it show me everything that it's got. And sadly, I didn't do that for this review, but I played the campaign. So anyway, not enough rambling. You are awesome for listening to this podcast. You want to be even more awesome, make sure you're reviewing the podcast, share it around with a few friends, maybe an enemy or two. Why not? Let them listen to this podcast. That'd be key. But you can leave a comment on Spotify. Let me know what you're playing, what you've been watching. Have you played Battlefield? Let me know your Battlefield experiences so far. What's the craziest thing you've seen? One of the things that popped me the hardest was I nailed an RPG shot from like over 100 meters away. Direct impact, nailed that motherfucker, and I literally jumped out of my chair. I was so excited. I was like, that was the coolest kill I have probably ever done in Battlefield. I felt so proud of myself, and yeah, so that was a great moment for myself. But you can drop a comment on the YouTube channel as well. I upload all of these episodes over on YouTube. The channel is GX Videos. You can check out the link in the description. Go over there, subscribe, please and thank you. Drop a comment, watch the videos. I also have Let's Plays on that channel. I don't really do them anymore, but there's lots of Let's Plays on that channel. Resident Evil, Detroit Become Human. There's been some. Disco Elysium was a big one. That was a huge Let's Play that I did. If you have not checked out Disco Elysium, please check out Disco Elysium. It is amazing. Just don't get it on Switch. And outside of that, you are awesome. You're so friggin' awesome. And thank you so much for listening to this podcast. We'll be back again with some more GX Blitzkrieg.